everybody, welcome back to Project Happy Home. For those of you who are new here, I'm Tanya, a doctoral lawyer turned homeschool mom of 3 kids ages 12, 9, and 7. If you're interested in videos about secular homeschooling, raising a child with ADHD, and living a more essentialist life, you have come to the right place, so be sure to hit that subscribe button down below the video. If you'd like to be alerted about new videos as I post them, go ahead and hit that notification bell. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you a flip through of a really exciting new planner that might be perfect for you, especially if you have a large family. The team over at wellplannedgal.com kindly sent me their new large family edition homeschool family planner, and they provided me with a unique link and a coupon code for you guys. So if you're interested, I will link all of that relevant information in the description box down below. So if you wanted to send this as a gift to a homeschool mom friend of yours or someone in your family that homeschools, this is a really nice presentation. Okay, so with that all being said, let's get into the actual monthly spreads. Every monthly spread is a 2-page spread, as you can see. And when I say that, I mean that it extends over 2 pages across the binding. Each space is quite large. You'll have plenty of room to write down whatever you need. They're about 2 1/4 long and about 1 inch high. I know for people who use stickers to decorate their planners, those details matter. In the top of the month, you can see a little monthly calendar for the preceding month and for the subsequent month. And you have a QR code here that will lead you to your July planning tips. There is a notes section on the right-hand margin, so you can write down any other notes like trips you might be taking, etc. Right behind the monthly calendar, you have an around the house planning page, and this is great for moms who want to keep everything in one spot. They don't want to have a separate planner. They want to have their daily cleaning schedule, their weekend to-do list, any notes, any projects that they're tackling this month, and a home and family section right here. So you can freeform this how you like, and the facing page is entirely blank and lined so that you can put in however many notes you want. You can create your own columns, you can create your own labels. You could actually use it as a memory page if you wanted for different little pictures of the month. You can do anything you like with that page because it is entirely unlabeled. The next page is your reading page. So you have books to read for all of your 6 different students. You could actually make one of those all of us together or something like that. And then you have read alouds and a space for the book and the author, any library books and due dates right here. You have a page dedicated to fun learning, so different types of field trips, their dates, and any to-dos that you have to do to get there. Again, there are QR codes provided throughout this planner for free ebook downloads. These ebooks actually have to do with art museums, creativity, fine arts challenges, etc. After those housekeeping pages, you have 5 weekly spreads. These weekly spreads are organized like a grid that have 5 different rows for each day of the week, and these are pre-labeled with the day and the date. And then you have 7 columns. You have 1 column here, which you could use to label the subject area or the student. You also have little label areas up here where you can label either the student or a subject area. And I will show you their example. Like I said, one of the nicest things about this planner is that they always provide you with example pages so you can see how you might use it differently. So here you have a blank area. You can list, your daily family goals, any particular trips that are happening, anything like that. You can use it for whatever you want. If you decide to go with students along each column, you could label each column by a different student and then simply label what they did that day. You have 5 lines to label different subject areas and little check boxes where you can mark off the subject or you could put in a specific grade as they show you here. Another way of using these columns is by labeling the columns with different subject areas and using each of the 5 lines within each day's box to label what each student did in that subject area. So for example, for science on Monday, J drew leaves in a notebook, A did botany, pages, whatever, C started the solar system project, and as a group, you started the solar system project. Another column that you could create, especially if you just have 5 main subject areas, is an elective column. And you'll see here the example they give. They list not only like art projects and sensory projects, they also list specific scheduled activities like a piano lesson at 3, dentist appointment at 1:30, etc. On the right-hand column, you can see there's an orientation calendar where it shows you where you are within the month for this week. And then there's a dinner menu. Now, if you don't keep a dinner menu, you could actually use this for other things like themed school days. So we have something called Mail Monday. Sometimes we do Friday Free Write, kind of like Brave Write or Lifestyle. We also do a tea time, either for geography or poetry on Thursdays. So I would write it in like that. There's also 2 boxes provided for weekend activities. 5 of those exact same pages takes you to the next month. Now you can see how the colorway changes between months. You have this nice green shading here, but again, it stays within that fall theme of colors. Again, you'll see the around the house page, the blank page, the reading page, the fun learning page, and then we move straight into the weekly calendars. This pattern continues in exactly the same fashion all the way through November, but then I want to show you how they give you a special section for the holidays. So right here after November, you have a greeting card list where you can check off who you've written greeting cards to or received them from. There's a decorating checklist, a decorating shopping list, and what would you like your celebrations to include this year. There is also an event and party list. I like 2 things about this especially. One, I like that nowhere on this page does it say this holiday has to be Christmas or Hanukkah or any particular holiday. It can be simply what you choose to make it. The only graphics on this page really are holiday graphics for the season. So you have holly berries, you have some flowers. Everywhere that it stays pretty generic, where it says, simply greeting cards, not a particular holiday type of greeting card, not a particular type of holiday for decorating, and just holiday plans here. So this facing page has an area for events and parties and any other holiday plans you might have. The holiday pages continue with gift lists for each of the children, as well as for friends and family. And then you have Christmas shopping. So which stores are you going to go to and what do you need to get there? So I thought this was really helpful. There's also a generic to-do list on the side. You have even more holiday shopping lists for what you might buy on Amazon or Etsy or other websites, what traditions you're planning, any other notes, and more to-do lists for you. And then we get into December pages again. At the top of the monthly pages, there are these little teaching tips. So here it says relationship. Education is the communication of a set of ideas and facts from one person to another. The most effective education is between 2 people with a good relationship. So I really love little things like that. When I've created my own monthly pages, I usually put in a little quote. So they've done that step for you. At the end of the December pages, you will find a set of evaluation pages where you can list out your different children. This is the 30-day 6-week evaluation page. Then there's the 60-day 12-week evaluation page, the 90-day 18-week evaluation page. The next 3 evaluation pages will be at the end of the year, but here's the first 3. So you could flag this if you wanted and be sure to get there after your first 6 weeks, which should probably fall in August or so. I will turn to an example page of how they think you might want to use this. Again, this is what it looks like blank. You have the subjects along the side and you have 6 columns with 6 dots. They've put in the names of the different children and in each subject area where you would like them to be by that 6-week mark, and you can check off whether that's happened or not. On the facing page, you have this evaluation visualization page with an area for rewards. So again, you can use that by listing out for all of the different children in these dots what you see, where they're at, what is their actual, progress so far, and what do you visualize your next steps to be. So for example here, pretty much on track, give or take a day or 2 due to a science experiment, extra revision to a writing assignment, happy with progress. And in visualizing, they say huge improvement over last year. Even though we've fallen behind, we're diligent to keep going. So that's the plan. There's also an area for rewards where for each of the different children, there's a specific reward listed that you've planned. So park day with picnic lunch, tea party with her sisters. This is what it looks like plain. And you have 3 of those for those different weekly benchmarks. Then you have an attendance record page which faces a grade log. Now, the attendance record and grade log repeats 6 times for the 6 different children. So you have unique attendance records and grade logs for each of them for those 6 months. The grade log looks like this. First, you have this weekly chart here. It goes through each of the weeks from that first week of July all the way to this last week of December. And you can list out at least 8 different areas for grade keeping, different subjects, if you will. And there's areas for how you would actually summarize that. The student name, the grade, the date of birth, progress and accomplishments, and what your particular grading scale is. Then you have a blank notes page, and you get into the January calendar spread. I like that the colors have kind of changed into like this more springy type of lighter pastel shade. So these monthly pages go along exactly as we've mentioned before, with the colorways changing, but the style of the pages staying pretty consistent until you get to June. Now, like I said, this planner ends in June. So after that final month, you have, again, your new evaluation pages for the 24-week mark, the 30-week mark, and the 36-week mark. And following those pages, just like at the end of December, you have 6 separate attendance and grade record pages, followed by 3 blank pages, and then an area for reflection. Now, this review section is 1 page per child. So you'll notice they're actually the same exact information. They're just mirror images of each other. So each of these pages includes a section for education. So how would you review how they did math, history, science, language arts, and anything else you might wish to add? How are they developing emotionally? How are they growing up? Social skills, etc. is in there. And then curriculum ideas for the future. So again, you have 6 of those pages. And then after those review pages, you have these really interesting pages that are a way of looking ahead for the next 4 months after the end of your school year. So for example, if you're planning out things like summer camps for the following year, etc., this is really nicely laid out for you. You can actually mark out very clearly what you're imagining or envisioning for future events and where they might land. It's a really nice feature that just gives you one place to look for that as you're, figuring that out towards the end of the school year. There's also a full next year calendar. So again, you can kind of count out your dates, plan vacations going forward, etc. There's a notes section. And there's a report card section included in this planner. This is a fairly unique feature of this planner because a lot of planners that include report sections have them more as like table formats like what we've seen before. But here they have nice cardstock type pages that really look like beautiful report cards that you can actually give a child or put in their file folder, etc. for those of you who don't save a planner. So these are all perforated pages. You can actually fold them and tear them really neatly. There's an area for comments for both semesters. And on the back, there is an area for the student's name, their grade, all their academics through the semester, semester 1, semester 2, what their final grade was, what their attendance was for semester 1, semester 2, and their total, your grading scale, any enrichment and events, their literature completed. And again, you have 6 of those for presumably your 6 children. Though if you are klutz and mess up and you have less children, you have extra. This is a really spectacular planner, I think, if you have lots of kids. I know that for a lot of people who have lots of kids, they have to write in a really cramped way to fit all this information in. I love that this planner provides you with clear directions on how to not only forward plan, but reflect on progress. I like that they specifically give you benchmark dates so that you have clear laid out pages for the different weeks. So 6 weeks, 12 weeks, 18 weeks, etc. I also love that they've taken the time to give you these little holiday planning pages in the middle of the year. So again, if you are a minimalist planner and you really want one book to rule them all, this is a great option for you. Another nice thing that they sent me were these pretty little flags. They're sturdy little plastic flags that you can stick in to separate the months out. They are color coordinated to the planner, so you have this really nice matching. So if you can see, the December is this beautiful blue color and it goes with this blue border. And it just looks really nice. So you have this type of dusty blue that goes with the blue on November, and so on and so forth. They color coordinate with the colors of the planner, which I think is a nice little feature. I'd like to thank the team over at wellplannedgal.com for sending me this in exchange for my honest review. Again, all of the links are in the description box down below. I am not affiliated with the company, but they have created a landing page for me as a micro influencer, which is really nice. So you can see a little information about me if you click on that link, and you can explore the other planner options that they have, as well as the other accessories that they offer, and there are quite a few. And don't forget, they also gave me this discount code, so be sure to use that and save some money. And don't forget to check out my friend Arlene's video. She goes through a lot of the other planners that they've provided, and she has done reviews for them for several years, so you can kind of see more and more details as you go through her planner options. Also, I will be hosting a giveaway for this planner on Instagram, so if you're not already following me at Project Happy Home, be sure to pop over to Instagram and follow me there, because this is a great opportunity to win a really nice all-inclusive planner for you and your family. As always, you guys, I know your time is valuable. Thank you so much for spending some of it with me, and I wish you the very best day.